What's up, fam? This is your boy El Jefe, and I am here by popular demand. So I actually wasn't even going to review these earbuds, but because so many people were hitting me up on Twitter and Instagram and in my comment section, then I went ahead and went out and got them so that I could do this review for you. So what I'm talking about here are the Apple AirPods Pro. Now, these are running MSRP of $249. You can find them on Amazon and you can find them on Apple's website. I'll be leaving links to both of those in the description box down below, so make sure you check that out for all the latest updated pricing. Now, as an Amazon associate, I do earn revenue on qualifying purchases, so just throwing that out there. Now, before we go any further, and for full disclosure, I went ahead and bought these earbuds with my own money for the purposes of this review. If this is your first time here, maybe you're not familiar with the way that I do things on my channel. Whether I go out and buy the products myself or if a company sends them over to me for review, I'm always going to keep it 100% real with you and let you know whether or not they're worth your hard-earned money. So this video might be a little bit longer than some of the others out there, but it's because I'm definitely trying to get into the detail and the nuance of these earbuds. So grab a drink, sit back and relax, and let's get on with it. So in all of my videos, I try to talk about the things that I don't like first, and then I get into the things that I do like and my user experience. So first up, the things I don't like. Number one, at the very top of the list, is gonna be that price. $250 for earbuds? Well, the price is pretty freaking high. Like my man Flossie Carter would say, the TGH factor is in full effect. So that's what he's saying. It's definitely up there. 250 bucks for earbuds, it's a lot. Thankfully, these do bring a lot to the table, but still, $250, it's still rough, especially when you've got other earbuds on the market that are coming in for noticeably less money and are producing better quality sound. But more on that towards the end of this video. Now, secondly, there is no built-in volume control on the earbuds themselves. To me, that's a personal pet peeve. That's something that I don't like. It happens with a lot of different earbuds. If they're bringing great sound quality, then usually I'll let it slide, but it's something that I want to let you know. There are workarounds to this. Obviously, if you're like myself, you have an Apple Watch, you can turn up the volume using that, or you can actually ask Siri via voice control to turn up the volume or to put it at like 50% volume or at 75% volume, whatever you want. So there are workarounds, but I really wish that there was some sort of, maybe a 2-second hold or I don't know, something on the controls on the earbuds themselves so that you can just control it right from the earbuds. I thought that would have been kind of cool, but not this time. Now, third, no color options. So these come in any color you want, as long as it's white. So white is the only color, same as the previous AirPods. Now I'm sure somebody's gonna start doing skin. I think it's, the colorware, or forgot what the name of that company was that does the skins for AirPods. So somebody's probably gonna end up skinning them, something like that. I'd really like to see them in product red. At the very least, give us a black option. So you have the white option, the black option. Some people don't want to have white earbuds or be that noticeable. They want to be a little more discreet. So it would have been nice to, at the very least, have that binary, have that contrast, the black ones and the white ones. It would have been nice. Now, last but not least, they are using proprietary ear tip design. So it's something a little bit different. Now, this is a minor gripe. They kind of went a different route with this. Not 100% sure exactly why they went this way. I know doing proprietary things is a very Apple thing to do. Right now, obviously, you can only get replacements through Apple. But the reason I'm saying this is kind of a minor gripe is that I fully expect the aftermarket to start producing, AirPod Pro compatible ear tips pretty soon. Probably gonna have foam options, probably a bunch of different ones. Being that this video is dropping, very close to the launch date of these, that's why nothing has hit the market yet. But I fully expect to see something in the near future. I'd love to try out some, memory foam ear tips with these AirPod Pros. I think that would be pretty cool. But just throwing that out there, making sure you guys know. As far as the things that I don't like though, that is pretty much it. So now let's get into my user experience and the full review of this product. So let's talk about the comfort and the design. So the new AirPods Pro are a completely different design comparatively to the previous versions of the Apple AirPods, where those were an open ear design, which I really did not like. These are a in-ear noise isolating design, and they did that by incorporating the use of a silicone ear tip. So that's sort of the way that I prefer my earbuds to be. I like them to be noise isolating. I like them to seal inside my ears and block out naturally some of the external sounds. It leads to better sound quality overall, in my personal opinion. Now, physically, they do seem to be physically smaller than the original earbuds, despite the fact that the case is a little bit bigger, but more on the case in just a sec. But it's a completely different design. They're a little bit more discreet despite their white color. They don't stick out as far, so that's nice. They are actually very comfortable for my ears. So that is a subjective thing because everybody's ears and ear shape is different. But for me, they actually fit me very, very well. My main gripe that I had with the previous versions of the AirPods is that the left one would just fall right out of my ear. If I turn my head, if I tilt it a little bit, anything, the left one just fall right out. It was a major problem for me personally. So I couldn't use them. So I already didn't like the sound quality of them because it was open ear. And then they just didn't fit my ears correctly. No fault of the AirPods themselves, but they would just fall out. So that was one of the main reasons why I couldn't use them. Now with these, the AirPods Pro, that's been basically resolved. I can do maximum, I can shake my head, I can be, get down on the ground, I could lay down, I can get up, I can do all sorts of stuff, run around, go up and down stairs. They don't fall out of my ears. So that's a major win. And they are very, very comfortable for me personally. So I am really enjoying that. Not only that, they also carry a full IPX4 rating, so they are water and sweat resistant. So as far as sweating in them and working out and things like that, which people are already going to love to do with their AirPods, these, it's not going to be an issue. Not only that, now I'm not going to take it this far, but my buddy Adrian over at the channel Tech Santos, he went as far as to jumping into a swimming pool wearing his AirPods Pro. Let me show you a quick clip of that.
Vamos a hacer la prueba. 3, 2, 1. Se dejaron de escuchar, pero ya se escuchan otra vez. Ya se escuchan otra vez. Se jalan. Okay.
So, as you can see, he came out of the pool. AirPods Pro are still working just fine. He did say that there was some weird noise issues when he was underwater, but once he popped back up out of the water, the music started playing again and he was good to go. So that's pretty good as far as the water resistance is concerned. And they also did include 3 different ear tip sizes. So you have a small, medium, and large, and this way you can find the ones that fit your ear correctly. And I've been pushing this for a long time. I always tell people in my videos to make sure you take, just a couple of minutes, find the ear tips that work well for you, and that way you'll have the best experience. Now, Apple takes this a step further by also including a ear tip fit test. So basically, they're giving you a way to test and find out whether or not these are actually sealing correctly in your ears. Now, this is good for people who don't know, whether or not something is sealing correctly. I can tell just by putting them in my ears, I can tell how that feels. But if you don't, that option is there in the options. So check that out. But overall, as far as comfort and design, I'm really feeling these. They feel great for me. So that's a major plus. Now, secondly, let's talk about the controls. So before with the original AirPods, they were a tap control. With these, it's actually something a little bit different. So now you can obviously use Siri and voice control for all that sort of stuff. So that's not an issue. You can totally do that. But in these, they're actually incorporating a force capacitive touch sensor. They call it a force sensor. For me, it's basically like a squeeze or a pinch, more like a little pinch. And you can pinch it, and that's how you control these earbuds. Now, with a single pinch, you can play, you can pause, you can answer phone calls or hang up. Your double pinch is going to be your skip forward, and your triple pinch is going to be skip back. And a long pinch is going to basically take you from active noise canceling over to the transparency mode. So you do have those controls built right into them. And there is some adjustment in the controls as well. If you go into the Bluetooth menu, you can go in there and you can make those adjustments. So you can change it from being, noise canceling and transparency mode. You can actually make it so where it actually will, start up Siri or something like that. So you do have some options as far as that is concerned. Unfortunately, you can't change it to where it's like volume control, which I think would have been really, really cool, but they just didn't offer that as far as that goes. Now, these don't have a separate app for themselves. Basically, everything is baked into iOS 13. So you can either just swipe down on the screen on your iPhone or your other device and you can see the little volume. You can long press into that. That'll take you into the volume control, and it'll even give you the option where you can adjust from transparency. You could turn both of them off or go into active noise cancellation. So you do have those options just right there in that quick pull down menu. There's also additional options if you go into the Bluetooth settings, and also there's even a few more options in the accessibility menu. So there are different ways to make adjustments in these earbuds just baked straight in to the iOS settings. So overall, as far as the controls go, it takes a little bit of getting used to, but once you do get accustomed to it, it's actually fairly intuitive. So overall for the controls, minus the gripe of not having, a built-in volume control, it's actually pretty good. Now next, let's talk about the connectivity. That's a big thing that a lot of people like to talk about when it comes to the Apple AirPods and also with the AirPods Pro. Now they are running Bluetooth 5.0, so you do have the latest technology as far as Bluetooth connectivity is concerned. But the main feature and the main thing about the AirPods is going to be that H1 chip. That's what gives them the ability to pair so quickly with any of your Apple products. For me, I don't have a ton of Apple products, but what I have right now, my ecosystem is my iPhone 11 and also my iPad Pro. So these AirPods Pro paired with both of them seamlessly. No issues as far as that goes. If I'm near my iPad, pop open the case, I get the pop-up connect, boom, good to go. We're talking about 2 to 3 seconds. That's really, really fast as far as pairing Bluetooth earbuds goes. Same thing goes for my iPhone. So as far as the connections go, seamless. And not only that, I also paired these up to my Pixel 4 XL. Shout out to Team Pixel. So I paired them up with that. Basically, you kind of just have to long press the button that's on the case. It'll pop up as available as an available device in your Bluetooth menu for your Android devices. Pair right up to them, and you're good to go. So they do work on Android devices as well. So that's a major shout out. I like that they do that. The previous ones did as well, but this is also good for the Android people out there who are thinking about maybe going with the AirPods. So that is an option for you. And I can say with the Apple AirPods Pro, you still get access to both transparency mode and the active noise cancellation through the Force Touch. So that's a major win. But back to the Apple camp. So as far as my testing goes, there's no issues with the connection. So range, so no problems. I mean, in my place here, I can leave my phone in this room. I can walk out of my apartment. I can go all the way downstairs and into the driveway, all the way out to the sidewalk, and I will still have a solid connection. There's no issues with any dropouts or any clipping or anything like that. So connectivity is top notch. Furthermore, latency. That's a major thing that people want to know about when you're watching video, watching movies, whatever device it might be. And I am happy to report that there is absolutely no latency or lag when watching videos with the AirPods Pro, whether you're watching on an Android device like my Pixel 4, Galaxy S10 Plus, or my iPhone 11, or even my iPad Pro. There is no issues, even in the YouTube app, which I have so many gripes with other earbuds where just the YouTube app on iOS would have that minimal lag. There is none. No lag whatsoever on the AirPods Pro, regardless of which operating system or which app you are watching. So that's a huge, huge win in my book. Now that takes us to the next topic, which is going to be the mics and the call quality. So the AirPods Pro feature dual beamforming mics, which basically means that they will aim themselves towards the sound of your voice in order to pick it up much more clearly. Now, as we all know, AirPods were known for having excellent microphone quality, even the previous versions. And these, I believe they've taken it a step further. But instead of me telling you about how good the microphone quality is, let me show you. So I recorded 3 separate sound clips. One of them is indoors with not much noise going on. The other one is outdoors with like some light traffic going on. And the other one is back indoors while playing some noise to simulate like a cafe or something like that. So check them out. Let me know what you think. All right, fam. So here we have the indoor call quality test for the Apple AirPods Pro. So I've got a ceiling fan on right now, but there isn't much noise inside. But as always, you be the judge. Let me know what you think down in the comments section. All right, fam, so now we're outside. So I am giving you the outdoor call quality test for the Apple AirPods Pro. So it's not exactly a windy day out here, not much traffic. Okay, a car just drove by. But as you can tell, not a ton of background noise. These are still some of the better mics that are available on the market for true wireless earbuds. Apple definitely has set a standard. All right, so we're back with the background noise call quality test. So basically I've got some background noise going on as if I was in a coffee shop or a restaurant. background voices, things clinking, things going on in the kitchen, stuff like that. So as you can tell, the AirPods actually do a pretty good job of canceling out a lot of that noise and focusing on my voice better than most other earbuds out there. So to give credit where credit is due, AirPods microphones are definitely bringing it. But as always, you be the judge. Let me know what you think of the AirPods Pro microphones down in the comment section. So, pretty good, right? Like I said, these have taken it to the next level as far as that sound quality for phone calls go. Anybody who I've made phone calls with who've called, they can't even tell that I'm using earbuds to make those phone calls. To them, it sounds like I'm just talking on the phone. That is really good. Apple has always had a good ability to have excellent microphone quality, and these are no different. Call quality is top notch in my opinion. So next up, let's talk about the case and the battery. So the case itself, they're talking about it somewhere between 10 and 15% larger. I mean, it's barely larger than the original AirPods case, which was, I would say that this new case is about the size of a standard, floss. Like if you ever buy that little plastic white thing of floss, it's about that size. So not bad. It's still a tiny case comparatively to a lot of the other ones that are out there on the market. Especially the earbuds that have the ear hooks, those freaking cases are huge. So this fits right in your pocket. You could have that in your pocket. You could have your phone in your pocket. Not an issue as far as pocketability is concerned. Now, unfortunately, it is still a lint magnet, just like the original one. It's got that glossy white plasticky finish to it. So obviously it's still going to be kind of a lint magnet as far as that goes. And it can probably get dirty kind of easily if you have dirty hands, but it is what it is. Thankfully, you still get that satisfying click that everybody loves so much. So there's that. As far as charging the case itself, you have the lightning port, obviously, lightning port. Would have been cool to see USB Type-C, but they haven't made that move yet. And they're also Qi wireless charging on deck. So you can do both. If you're living that wireless charging lifestyle, boom, charge them up, not an issue. If you want to plug them in, that's also doable. And they do include a lightning cable to USB-C in the box. I really did like that touch. Now, as far as the case is concerned, they do give you 24 hours worth of playback time out of the case. So that's pretty solid. Now, as far as all the talking points in the website and stuff like that, they were claiming that you can get 4.5 hours with the ANC or the transparency mode on, and then something like 5 hours with both of those turned off. In my testing, now mind you, all my testing was done at 75% volume set by Siri. So 75% volume, ANC, and transparency mode on, I was actually getting 5 hours and 41 minutes and then 5 hours and 44 minutes respectively. So over an hour more than what they're claiming on their website. And this is at 75% volume, which is plenty loud. Trust me on that. More on the volume in a little bit. So that's really, really good as far as the battery life concerned. Now, with both of those features off, where you're just running the earbuds just straight up, no active noise canceling, no transparency mode on, I actually managed to get 6 hours and 17 minutes out of these earbuds on a single playback. That's what's up, 6 hours. So there was a ton of people that are complaining,
oh my God, you've got active noise canceling and all these features, but you've got the same or less battery life than the original AirPods.
Dude, listen to your boy El Jefe. Battery life is definitely improved, which to me is a trip because they've actually added, power consuming features. So the fact that I'm getting nearly 6 hours with the noise cancellation turned on at 75% volume, that's a major win in the battery department. Now, there are earbuds out there that have much more battery life. You've got stuff that's in the 8 hour and 9 hour, 10 hour. There's even some that are pushing closer to 15 hours. At much less price. But considering this feature set in this particular set of earbuds, to me, that's a major win. And not only that, and before I forget, these also have a quick charge feature. So if you're totally dead, let's say they're completely dead, zero, you can drop them back in the case for 5 minutes and you'll get an additional 1 hour worth of playback time to get you to wherever you're trying to go. I like that feature. That's something that you'll see in a few other earbuds, not all of them. It's becoming more and more common, but it's a nice feature to have, and I'm glad that Apple did include this. So as far as the battery life goes, both the case and the earbuds themselves, solid. Got some solid battery life here, and I am very impressed with how this is going. Now, last but certainly not least, let's talk about that sound. So let's start off. I'm going to break this down into 4 sections as far as the sound goes. We're going to talk about volume, we're going to talk about the active noise canceling, we're going to talk about the transparency mode, and overall sound quality itself. So as far as volume goes, there's plenty of volume. Just like the previous AirPods, these get extra loud. Not the loudest earbuds on the market, not the loudest that I've ever heard, but loud enough to where I'll get definitely uncomfortable. So for me, anywhere from about 50% to about 75% to me is the sweet spot. I can go as high as 80 or so, but anything above that, it's just getting a little too shouty in my ears, and I want to protect my hearing. So as far as volume goes, excellent. There's plenty of overhead. So if you listen to maybe a quiet audiobook or a podcast or even a show or a movie with low dialogue, you have extra volume that you can turn up the earbuds to compensate. So it's definitely there. They have volume on deck. That's not an issue. So don't worry about that. The volume is there, plenty of it, and that's not an issue. Next up, you have the transparency mode. Now, transparency mode is known by a lot of different names. Some people call it pass-through audio. Be aware, there's a lot of different companies calling it different things. Basically, it's a mode where it activates the microphones so you can hear the external sounds. So on the Apple AirPods Pro, it makes them feel very similar to the way it was with the original AirPods. So you can hold conversations, you can hear the TV in the background, you can hear cars driving by. I actually managed to hear a lady's footsteps walking by me. So the microphones are sensitive and they do pick up quite a bit of the external noise. So this feature is excellent. The transparency mode on this, excellent. One of the better ones that I've actually heard. So I'm very impressed as far as that goes. Obviously, that's a lot to do with how good the mics are on the AirPods Pro, but the fact that they lend themselves so well to this transparency mode, I love it. You can keep them in your ears, you can hold conversations with people in the room, not a problem. So that's another major bonus. Next up, you have the active noise cancellation. So the ANC on the AirPods Pro is actually pretty good. Now, let's just get this out of the way. It's obviously not going to be as good as what you get out of the Sony XM3 earbuds. Those are going to be the top of the line. They are setting the standard for noise canceling earbuds. But for what you're getting here, the overall feature set, it's actually pretty good. So for background noise, right? Let's say you have a fan in your room or an air conditioner. Maybe you've got a fridge that makes some extra noise. It definitely tamps down that sound. It almost completely eliminates it. It's like, it takes it down to 10%. So it's definitely working. It does work very, very well. I am very impressed. Like I said, not the best out there, but it is very good. Now, would that be good for like flights and things like that on an airplane? I don't think it's going to block out everything, but it definitely will reduce the noise and make it much more bearable inside the cabin. Or if you're just out and about, maybe you're one of those people who like to sit at a cafe, or if you're outdoors, you want to block out some of that wind noise, it works great for that sort of stuff. I wore these testing them out, walking around San Francisco where it can get kind of windy, and no issues with wind noise or anything like that. It was excellent. So the ANC is definitely good. Like I said, not the best out there, but it's good enough for these earbuds, and it's good enough to allow you to enjoy your music in, some semi-noisy environments. Combine that with the fact that it's already a passive noise isolating design by sealing inside your ears, it leads to an overall good experience as far as both passive and active noise cancellation is concerned. Now, last but not least, let's go ahead and talk about the sound quality of these earbuds, the sound signature, right? So first up, this is a major improvement over the previous versions of the AirPods. I gave the original AirPods a lot of crap because of that open ear design and the fact that you have to turn them up super loud to be able to hear them in noisy environments. I gave them a lot of crap for that. The fact that they completely reinvented it and went to this type of design is a major win. Just by designing this way, it's already an automatic improvement in overall sound quality. So there's that, just that out of the way. So as far as the sound quality itself goes, it is very warm, it is very rich. You've got some really good mid-range. It seems like they've sort of tuned it towards vocals and human voice and things like that. So it gives you this thick, rich, just good sound quality. It sounds very, very good. Now, people always ask, oh man, so what's up with the bass, right? For all the hip hop heads out there, they've got really good bass. Obviously, these aren't the bassiest earbuds out there. They're also not the best sounding true wireless earbuds out there. But overall, the sound quality is greatly improved. There's even some soundstage to these that really caught me off guard. I was very surprised. Now, I'm assuming this has to do a lot with the adaptive EQ and the H1 chip and all, and what it's doing to, you know, sort of EQ what you're listening to provide the best sound quality possible. But I think where these really shine, like I said before, is in the mid-range human voice, you know, instrumental music, anything that has like a band. So like rock music, classical, you know, stuff like that sounds excellent. But really, I mean, every genre that I tested actually sounded pretty good with the exception of, you know, a few songs. So can they improve the sound quality of these? Yes, there is definitely room for improvement. But considering where they came from to where they are now, it's a huge leap, huge. And you have to give credit where credit is due. And these exceeded my expectations as far as sound quality goes. I'm not gonna say that these are better than other earbuds out there like your Sennheisers Momentums or even your Sony XM3s that are in that similar price range. But overall, the sound quality, it's definitely really, really good. I think anyone who picks these up, short of being like a full-on audiophile, you know, I think you're really gonna enjoy the way that these sound. So with all of that said, do I recommend you go out and buy the Apple AirPods Pro? Let me put it like this. If you're an iPhone user, if you're living in the Apple ecosystem, if you're a diehard Apple user, you've been using iPhones, you know, since back in the day, and that's just the phone you roll with, then these, I mean, if $250 is in the market for what you want or what you want to pay for, then these are going to be your best option. Mind you, the sound quality is good, not the best, but it is good. Got to give credit where credit is due. Excellent microphones, active noise canceling, transparency mode, nearly 6 hours worth of playback time, an excellent case with Qi wireless charging, IPX4 rating. So they seriously brought the heat with these earbuds for Apple owners, and they're super convenient. H1 chip, easy pairing, no latency when watching videos. So yes, I highly recommend them if you're somebody who's in the iOS or Apple ecosystem. Absolutely. They're easy to recommend to you. These are far better than the original AirPods, like hands down, not even close, way better. So there's that. If you're an Android user, you're obviously not in the Apple ecosystem, but if you like the feature set of these, then hey, I mean, I guess if you want to go ahead and pay for them, you could, but I would probably look into getting something like the Sony XM3 earbuds if you're going to spend in this price range. If you're not looking for something with active noise canceling, then I think, you know, you may be better off going with something like the Soundcore Liberty 2 Pro or even the Jaybird Vistas. You've got some other options. Now, if you guys want to see me compare the AirPods Pro to one of these other options, let me know in the comment section. Now, I want you to tell me what you think of the Apple AirPods Pro down in the comments section. Are you thinking about picking them up? Maybe you're going to buy them as a gift for somebody else for the holidays? Let me know. Or if you're somebody who's already picked them up, let me know what your experience has been while using them. And if you like this video, go ahead and smash that like button. If you didn't like this video, go ahead and hit the dislike button. There's always one or two of you out there, and I don't want you feeling left out. And if you haven't done so already, consider joining the fam. Hit that subscribe button along with that small notification bell. This way you never miss any of my weekly videos. And if you're watching this video over on Facebook, make sure you like that El Jefe Reviews Facebook page. I'm trying to get that going, and I'm also uploading my full videos onto that Facebook page. So if you're a heavy Facebook user and you don't want to leave the platform, you want to watch your videos right on Facebook, I'm also uploading them there. So check that out. Make sure you like that page, and that way you don't miss when I upload my videos on Facebook. Now, as always, check down below. There's going to be links for everything, links for the AirPods, links for like my title stuff that I'm also doing. If you want to check out the playlist that I use for my earbuds and headphones testing, that's going to be down there as well as the merch store. We got t-shirts, hoodies, leggings, we got mugs, we got all sorts of stuff. So if you're a hardcore member of the Jefe fam and you want to show some love, that's another way to do so. Now, with all of that stuff said, I hope I brought you some good value today. I really hope you enjoyed this review. I hope you have an awesome week, and I will see you in the next video.